My name is Brian McMahon. I am the founder of Expert Dojo. Now, Expert Dojo are a private index fund for alternative assets and also for emerging assets, generally specializing in the very early stage startup space so we can get maximum value from investing early and then helping those assets grow in value and continually investing at better prices all of the way through. So very simple. I want to actually take you into the world of private index fund, venture capital, and early stage investing so you can see the tremendous value that we have here. But before I do that, I would like to say a huge thank you to all of the investors at Wefunder. The last time we came here, we were not in this strong position. We were just starting out. We had a thesis that we believed was very strong. We wanted to invest a lot of money in, and we needed your help to build the infrastructure to do it. You provided, and after almost 1,000 investors, we were able to invest in 300 companies and build our asset value from $30 million that we invested up to $100 million in assets under value and growing. And so for us, this was a really important place that we wanted to come back to now that we're at the next stage of our journey. And that stage is to take that $100 million of assets under management and grow it to $1 billion in assets under management and increase in a very big way the percentage ownership that we have in those assets under management. And what do we do then? We sell so we can give distributions to you at Wefunder and distributions to ourselves and also distributions to all of our shareholders. The game is very simple. Now, if I look at how we build value, it's very straightforward, and we believe that by continually investing in a smart way, our value is going to keep on increasing. That's not what's important to us because we see that as part of our job. What is important to us is how we invest and how we use conscious capitalism is the absolute core of how we live our lives. Now, we've always invested in the very greatest startups. We don't care about gender, we don't care about color, we don't care about ethnicity, we don't care about anything except the execution of the founder and the fact that the product will add value to the world. That's all we care about. We have always put execution over privilege. Now, built within that, we've also invested in some incredible products that were focused on solving sickle cell, products that were focused on solving stress, cybersecurity, data breaches, so many problems all over the world, from Africa to India to the United States to Europe to Latin America, all of these places. If a product could grow in value, we were investing in that product. But now we even want to go a step further, because as our returns are outpacing in a huge way what would be expected from the market, we want to be able to actually take projects that do incredible good in the world, but maybe don't give a huge return, and add that into a small percentage of our portfolio. Products such as a protein bar that's being distributed to over 138,000 humans who desperately needed a meal for the day. We see something like this and helping to grow this to tens of millions of humans who are desperately in need of food as something that will actually help change the world in a huge way, and we and you can feel a part of this. Our model is very straightforward. We invest generally in the companies that we want to get huge return from, which is 99% of our companies. We invest in at the very early stages at the very lowest price. We then use options and warrants to get an even better deal. We then use emerging markets to get an even better deal. And then we use private equity to get the very best deal. And all of the way through, we know what we're investing in and we know what the potential upside is for those products. Next thing you gotta look at is our manifesto. You're gonna be able to see it on the Wefunder page. It's a huge part of what we believe in. We've always believed in supporting the greatest founders. We've always believed in building bridges. We've always believed in having the very best prices. We've always believed in investing in the very best innovation that we can find. And we have always believed in maximizing the shareholder return rather than just the usual venture capital game of investing in one company that will win and 20 or 40 companies that will lose. We want to provide the growth support to our founders so that we get a huge return for our founders and a huge return for ourselves. Okay, next steps, where it gets exciting, because we want to decentralize the dojo. Up to this point, we have centrally navigated through doing diligence on hundreds of companies to get to 300 companies and then investing. Now we want to put it out to the world. We want to have multiple different funds run by the very best people in class. The first one that we're going to do is going to be a celebrity fund. The celebrity fund is going to be led, run, mentored by the greatest athletes and personalities. And those athletes are some of the most inspirational people that you can possibly find. Again, we've listed them on the sheet. Some of the top NBA players who have overcome all odds, NFL players who are incredible inspirations to the world. All of the way through, we have over 40 athletes and personalities who want to launch this first fund, along with Stephen, who is one of the most connected people in the celebrity world, and John, who you will know from our previous campaign, who has diligenced most of the companies in Expert Dojo. Then we will build the infrastructure for private equity, where we'll take our first company, which is Matchbook. And Matchbook are one of the most inspirational US companies I have ever met, and we will help them grow way beyond themselves by paying to put resources into the company, people into the company, marketing into the company, so we can take this company from where it is today at a $22 million valuation and build it up to the $1 billion valuation that we know that the company is capable of doing. So it's exciting. It's been an incredible journey. It wouldn't have been anything like this without the incredible support of all of the Wefunder community. We are relying on you to join us as we finish this journey up to $1 billion and transform the lives of not just hundreds of founders, but thousands of founders, and also have you benefit in the joys of what an exit actually feels like at that stage. Now, we want to do it by 2030, and we will do everything in our power to be able to do that. But my promise to you is that every single person from Wefunder who puts money into Expert Dojo is hugely valued, and our gratitude will be with you all the way through, and I will not rest until I get you the return that you deserve. Join us on this next step of the journey. Be a part of building out over 1,000 companies that can transform the world and make it a better place.